Hi, this is John Green, and this is another special edition of Crash Course. Today we're going to be talking about Nigeria. Nigeria has a ton of history due to its ethnic and religious tensions, which have a huge part in how it's governed.
Hey, I have a question. Who's Nigeria? Did she go to our school?
No, Nigeria does not go to our school, and I'm happy you asked, though. Nigeria is in West Africa. Its land borders are with Benin to the west, Cameroon and Chad to the east, and Niger to the north. There's three major ethnic groups in Nigeria. The Hausa Fulani makes up 29% of the population, and they're Muslim groups which dominate the northern half of the country. Yoruba make 21% of the population, and it's split between Muslim, Christian, and indigenous religions, which dominate the southwest third of the country, including Lagos. And the Ibu is 18% of the population, mostly Christian. They live in the southeast part of Nigeria, and they're an oil-producing region. Nigeria is considered a rentier state, meaning that the majority of its economy is based off oil revenue. However, a lot of corruption comes from stealing money from oil production. Nigeria was colonized by the British from 1914 to 1960. Traditional chiefs still had some power, but southern Nigeria was completely changed due to the introduction of Christianity. Northern Nigeria, although under British rule, consistently rejected the spread of Christianity due to the North's majority Muslim opposition to it. Early 1960s, tensions between the British and the native Nigerians reached a boiling point. On October 1st, 1960, Nigeria was a new independent country.
What does that even entail?
Well, it was founded as a federal system with an elected prime minister and a ceremonial head of state, but that didn't last long.
But Jesse, why didn't it?
Well, actually, my name's not Jesse. I'm John Green Madison. But, anyways, to answer your question, Madison, due to economic disparities between the North and the South, with the majority of wealth being concentrated in the South, the lack of educational opportunities in the North and constant conflict between ethnic tribes led yet to another regime change. And by 1964, elections were boycotted, and the country was on the verge of a breakdown. In 1967, military leaders fought for power, turning into a civil war between Biafra and Ibu tribes. And just throwing some more dates out here, in 1970, the Biafra efforts were halted by massive casualties. In 1976, after an unsuccessful coup, Lieutenant General Obasanjo became the head of the government. And in 1983, it ushered a new kind of leader, Military General Buhari. He signaled a shift to a military dictatorship from 1983 to 1999. In the 90s, the Abacha regime ignored human rights or any kind of established rule of law. In 1999, after Abacha's death, a new constitution was written by Obasanjo, who you might have remembered from earlier, was elected and transitioned to a democracy. The international community welcomed this. The Nigerian government is set up a lot like the United States, the legislative branch being bicameral, which includes a Senate and a House of Representatives. And the Senate is made up of 109 senators, 3 represent a state, and 1 represents the capital, Abuja. The House of Representatives is made up of 360 members, and the members from both houses serve 4 years, and they have very little power. The president of Nigeria is Muhammadu Buhari, who was a military dictator in the 1980s, and the former president is Goodluck Jonathan. The president is directly elected and can serve 2 4-year term limits. The president is elected in a 2-round majority model. The candidate must win the majority of votes and at least 25% of the votes from 2/3 of Nigeria's states. If no one wins the first round, then the top 2 people compete again. The judicial system in Nigeria takes original and appellate cases. Most judges are not well versed in law and are easily corrupted by the government. The court technically has judicial review. They don't really use it.